I've mentioned in other videos that I've started to see a sea change in the way that like Disney and Warner Brothers and all these big corporate entertainment companies are operating. They've spent the last several years in just complete impunity where they could just make whatever woke content they wanted. They didn't have to make any money. I think they were getting government grants for ESG stuff. That's all kind of run out at this point. And as a result, their stock prices have dropped drastically. Disney losing to the tune of $100 billion of their investors' money with this stuff. So I think at the board level, there's been a sort of push towards trying to get back and righting the ship so that people don't just tune out of everything these companies do. And we saw that with Warner Brothers, with the Zaslav guy, and how he's going around and actually cutting these programs. And of course, they even went so far as to nuking the Batgirl movie, which was going to be a woke disaster. And now we're seeing a little bit of a turnaround from Disney. So if you look at what Disney did with Marvel, the MCU, over the last couple years, we had She-Hulk and Ms. Marvel, and Loki's now a woman, and Hawkeye's now a woman, and it's been the MCU is what YouTubers have been calling it. If you haven't seen it, it's pretty funny content right there. But that's what they've done is they've really just like radically over-feminized every single property. And now it looks like they realize that's not working for action movies. No duh. People want to see men in action, and we're going to get something new from Disney because of that. All right, we'll get into that in just a moment. My name is John Della Rose. If you're new here, I'm a #1 best-selling author and award-winning comic creator. I know I've got a female lead right here. It is what it is. But it's an original character, and look, there's lots of great characters in here. I try not to make this a strong female lead, I call it. I call it a feminine female lead because I want to show exactly how women should look and act in these sorts of situations. But if you like this, check it out. It looks pretty. It's good stuff. This is our book. The links are in the description below. And look, I've got other books too. So I've got Deus Vult. If you want a strong male lead, Deus Vult, Dynamite Thor, The Cosmic Warrior. We have all of my books down in the description below. I try to do a little something for everybody and not limit my market to these narrow niche audiences like Disney does. So check it out. I appreciate you guys who have done so far. All right, here we are. This is the news that Marvel's Don Cheadle says the series Armor Wars is going to be turned into a feature film. Now, this is a series that was going to be made for Disney Plus, and they realized that this is going to be actually more marketable content, so they actually want to push this out into theaters. Now, most of what Disney's done is the opposite. So if you look at like Andor, or if you look at Obi-Wan, or any of those like Star Wars films that were made, and actually a lot of the Disney Plus shows too that are like 6 episodes, those were originally feature film ideas that were supposed to be put into theaters, but they realized that that was going to not go well with that big of an audience out in the wild like that, and that they'd have a little egg on their face when the box office returns came in. So they actually downgraded them into TV series. This is the direct opposite. Now, the reason this is a big news, at least in my estimation, is if you look at it, it's actually a sort of male-centric property, and that's what's being pushed. Now, everybody loves Iron Man. Everybody loves exactly what Robert Downey Jr. has done in that franchise and all that. So an Iron Man and War Machine sort of setup would be a lot of fun, and I think a lot of people would like it all the way around. Disney probably thinks the same thing, and obviously that's the direction that they're going to go to try to save their franchises, which have been failing over the last couple of years under the current management. Now, that's a big sea change, guys. As much as it's a little thing, but it is a big sea change. You see what's being pushed now is going to be this Deadpool movie with Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman. You have this. They're, of course, going after the member berries with the old actors that you really like all the way around. But the fact that they are male-centric movies is a big, big change from what Disney's been pushing in the direction over the last couple of years. Gosh, I still remember Doctor Strange and how like the movie was really all about this girl with a little trans pride flag running around the entire movie instead of Doctor Strange. Very sad stuff. But the people have spoken. They don't want to go to these movies that are like this anymore, and they want something different, and Disney knows it. And so Disney, as a corporation, at the end of the day, if you think they love the woke causes, they care that much, corporations don't care. At the end of the day, the bottom line is going to get to them, and the bottom line is shifting, and that's a great news for our culture overall because we're on the right side of history. We're on the right side of this pendulum swing. Things are going to get really good for all of us very, very soon. All right. Leave a comment down below with what you think about this. Hit that like and subscribe button, everybody. We'll be back soon.